What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, got a few things going on. First off, I want to kind of catch you guys up on this S13. I kind of want to tell you a little bit of a story what happened this past weekend at the latest drift event. So pretty much this last weekend, I took the S13 out to Kansas City for a drift event. I don't really show this car very much on the channel because most of you guys are BMW guys. So I kind of mainly just keep this on the side and go drift with it and really don't do much to it. However, the car broke yet again. I have a few shots of GoPro. I'll probably overlay those right here. Got a few runs in. Pretty much what happened, we chased the issue down to the fuel injectors that they actually ended up kind of starting to go bad. They're actually some really cheap injectors. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a full new fuel system for this car, as in injectors, fuel filter, and pump that go to the rear main fuel cell. Oh, another thing, I actually put these new LED light bars in last night. I think they came out pretty good. This car is honestly pretty ugly, so I'm trying to do little things to make it better before I redo the entire car, as far as like a new body kit and some new paint. Also painted this hood vent black last night. It's still not tied down. I think it makes the front end look a little bit better than what it used to. So like what I was saying, I'm gonna go ahead and redo the fuel system. I gotta order a few things in. So this is the pump. So the pickup is down in the fuel cell here, and then the pump is right here, and then it sends it up through the regulator and all that stuff. I'm gonna get a new pump. The wiring's super easy. I already have it all wired, so I can just go ahead and put it in. Hopefully I can get the same AN fittings where it'll be really nice and simple to install. I also need to get some new fuel cell foam. So if you don't know what that is, inside the fuel cell there's actually, you can't really see it with the gas, but there's foam blocks in there that helps keep the fuel from sloshing side to side when in drift. I need to get some new of that, along with the fuel injectors, and then a fuel filter, which the fuel filter is this little guy right here. We'll get a fresh one of those, and then hopefully that'll solve my issue. I'm gonna say this car is pretty much all business. There's not nothing left stock on this thing. It's a full race car. I bought it pretty much fully built like this. However, I've refreshed a significant amount on this car. So one day I'm hoping everything will be refreshed where it'll drive nice. But by then I might have my S14 actually done. Something else I wanted to run past you guys. Over here I'm actually painting some interior trim for a car that I recently bought. Now, if you missed the last video before this, or two ones before this, over selling my two 5 Series, ended up making about 1,500 bucks with that deal. So I'm testing the waters and seeing if flipping a few BMWs could actually be somewhat profitable. Kind of more for fun, I guess, and keeping me busy. It's not like I have too many projects to begin with. Oh, it is a bright one today. Check out this E46 I actually just bought last week. I paid $1,000 for this thing. I've been kind of going over it, doing a few little things, cleaning it up, and hopefully we can make a few dollars on it. It's not going to be any build thing. I just kind of wanted to show you guys just a cheap little daily that someone's going to end up having. I ended up doing the interior because the previous owner actually spray painted the seats black along with the door panels. I actually had to end up retouching up the paint on the panels. So kind of weird, but runs and drives really good. Got a few other little things to touch up like this, and she should be ready to sell. Hopefully make a few dollars, and someone will get a cool little daily. So right now my priority is making out as many drift events as I can, which involves a lot of my S13 and my 14 that's currently being built. But I think part of drifting is kind of more style points. I've always been the type of guy just kind of function over form, is that the saying? Where it just works, it doesn't really matter quite what it looks like. Well, summertime is officially here, and this is perfect weather for the Mustang. I'm gonna say, I've been driving this car for about 6-8 months now, maybe less. And I'm gonna say, it is so much fun. It's nice having power. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never really been a huge like power guy. I always just kind of like to have fun or whatever. But first car, 460 horsepower to the crank. I'm gonna say I kind of like it. 400 wheel horsepower is about what I'm enjoying these days. The S13 has 400 wheel. This thing has probably just a little bit over, give or take, but it weighs more, so they're about the same. And my goal is to have the barn find whenever I turbo that, hopefully one of these days. Be patient with me. Hopefully that'll have 400 wheel horsepower, which would be insane. All right, bring her on in. Nice. So right now, Andy and I were gonna look at his front shock. He said he's been having some weird noise issues with the front right. Might be the strut or shock. So we're gonna get his wagon up in the air, take a look at it, and see what we can find. So under his wagon, we think we found what his noise has been. Give it a little bit of a shake, I guess. If you can see right up there, that top of that lower control arm bushing, and this guy right here. I think she's going out. So that's probably what all that clunking is, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
On this thing. I mean, it's not horrible, but that's a decent amount of movement for what it is. But I'm glad we found it. But overall, for a 20-year-old car underneath, it's not too bad. If you guys don't know, Andy actually runs a mobile detailing service out of his E46 wagon. He recently updated his setup. He's going to share with you kind of what he's up to these days.
So looking at the back, I have adjusted a few things. I took out the cargo cover up top. It originally would have fit, but I just decided it'd free up a couple more inches of space towards the back, so I was able to push the tank further back. I have a 26-gallon water tank, and then I was able to actually get a generator in here, so this is really cool. I can be fully mobile with this and go pretty much anywhere and detail a car, so that's really nice. And then on this side, I have my pressure washer. So I tried to get a really small pressure washer, and it works really good. Like, no need to have like too big of a pressure washer to just like blow the paint off. So something just kind of cheap and simple. And I have my bucket, and then under here I have my pressure washer with the hose going to that. And then to get power to the tank, there's actually a pump with it, but since the battery's in the back, I hook those little adapters up and I can get power to the pump, which feeds pressure through this line right here behind, and then back to the pressure washer. Foam them down, do pretty much anything that any normal detailer would, but it's out of a little BMW. So, and then on the back, everything is pretty much the same from what it was before, but I was actually able to kind of squeeze in a steam cleaner here, which I didn't have before. I should have done it like years ago, but I just had always kind of waited. But now I have a steam cleaner, so I have shop vac, shampooer, all of my cleaning supplies, the steamer, power, towels, lights, and it's back there.
You're packed and loaded.
It's packed, but I still have a front seat, so it's really nice to be able to have a kind of cool, fun daily driver without having a van.
Time for some black badges. Alrighty, so right now I'm gonna go ahead and replace this chrome badge that comes factory on these Mustangs. Went ahead and got the old eBay 5.0s. I don't like the chrome, so we're gonna go for it. The black should probably look a little bit better. I'm not a huge badge guy, but... So I hear the way you get these old badges off, take the fishing line behind here, kinda go back and forth. So to know exactly where you took it off, what people do, right there, and then on either side, so that way whenever you take this one off, a blank canvas, you put this one on, it'll be exactly where it needs to be. Well, it's such a pain trying to clean that adhesive off. I have this tape on here. I'm gonna line it up exactly on the edges, so we should be centered in the middle, and the numbers should cover up where these holes were supposed to be, I guess. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments of the new badges. I put it on, we got the 5.0, also on the back, got the GT and the gloss black. I think it looks a little bit better, kind of makes it flow. Good touches. Modifications, if you will. Yeah. It is the next day of this video. Today I'm actually working on my mother's Porsche. So the other day she was driving and got a little error message on her dash, and it said the suspension was kind of acting up. She ended up taking it to her local Porsche dealership, and they quoted her about $3,000 to get the front left strut replaced. So after doing a little bit of research, come to find out the part's about $500 or $600. And here we are, we're replacing her strut, saving her some money and learning a few things along the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this back together later today. A little update on the E46 that I'm actually flipping for some profit. I have it pretty much all ready to rock and roll. I got all the interior back in and she's ready to go. She's sitting over there. I'm gonna clean it up and probably list it later in this video.